A high-speed train travels a distance of 487 kilometres in 3 hours. The distance is measured correct to the nearest kilometre. The time is measured correct to the nearest minute. By considering bounds, work out the average speed in kilometres per minute of the train to a suitable degree of accuracy. You must show all your working and give a reason for your answer. So we want the average speed. So we know speed equals distance over time. Now we want the upper bound for the speed and the lower bound for the speed. So let's do the upper bound for the speed first. To work that out, I want the upper bound of the distance divided by the lower bound for the time. To work out the biggest the speed can be, I want to do the biggest divided by the smallest. So upper divided by lower. Right, let's work out the bounds for the distance and the time. So the distance was 487 kilometres to the nearest kilometre. So the level above that is 488. The level below that is 486. So our lower bound would be 486.5. The upper bound would be 487.5. So the upper bound for the distance, 487.5. Now, when it comes to the time, notice that the time was given to us in hours, but it was measured to the nearest minute. And in fact, we want to give our answer in terms of minutes as well. So 3 hours is actually 3 lots of 60, or 180 minutes. So 180 minutes. The level above that, if it's to the nearest minute, would be 181 minutes. The level below that would be 179 minutes. So the lower bound would be 179.5. The upper bound would be 180.5. So the lower bound for the time is 179.5. Okay, on our calculators then, 487.5 divided by 179.5, we get 2.715877437 kilometres per minute. Right, that's the upper bound for the speed. Let's now work out the lower bound for the speed, because we do need to do both. It does say considering bounds. So for the lower bound of the speed, we want to use the lower bound of the distance divided by the upper bound of the time. To work out the smallest speed possible, I want to do the smallest distance divided by the biggest time. The lower bound of the distance is 486.5. The upper bound for the time is 180.5. And so again, back to our calculator to work this out. And we get 2.69529089 kilometres per minute. So, we know that our average speed in kilometres per minute is between 2.715877437 and 2.675290859. So I'm going to give my answer then. Let's have a look at both of these. What's the most accurate we can give our answer as? to one significant figure, both of these numbers would round to be 3. 2.7 and 2.6 both round to be 3. So I could say 3 kilometres per minute, but could I be any more accurate than that? To two significant figures, this is going to round to be 2.7. This is also going to round to 2.7. So I could say that 2.7 kilometres per minute to two significant figures. Could I be any more accurate than that? To three significant figures, this would round to be 2.71. This would round to be 2.70. This would round to be 2.72. This would round to be 2.70. So they are not the same to three significant figures. So I can't say that. The most accurate I can be is to two significant figures, because this would round to be 2.7. This would round to be 2.7. So my answer is that the speed equals 2.7 kilometres per minute. And the reason, because both bounds round to 2.7 to two significant figures.